How do I track my calories? What macronutrients should I be eating? What food groups should I be eating to stay full? And how do I put myself in a caloric deficit? So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 absolute secrets that I have used with me and my clients to lose over 400 pounds combined in just the last 6 months alone. So in this video, we're going to cover what you should be doing to track your macronutrients, how many macronutrients you should be supposed to be eating, protein, carbs, and fats. Then we're going to go over ways that you can put yourself in a caloric deficit. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to actually show you an insider information of what my online program looks like, the actual modules that are designed to actually teach you the nutritional knowledge that you need to create a sustainable change. And so stick around for the end so you can kind of catch that as well. So if you guys are new to this channel, what's going on? My name is Adam. I'm an online fitness professional. I help career-driven, busy men get in the best shape of their life, get unstuck from fat loss plateaus by using a process of metabolism manipulation called metabolic priming. So stick around to the end, and I'm going to show you an insider information of what my actual program looks like. And if you are interested in coaching, there's going to be a link in this description. Sign up for a time one-on-one. We can jump on a call, see if we're a good fit to work together. And if we are, we'll get you rocking. So let's get right into this video. So the first thing you need to know about how to track your calories, right? You need to be tracking your calories because one, what can be tracked can be improved. So if you're not tracking your calories and you're simply in the misconception that you just need to eat healthy and work out, that's a great process for beginners, right? The keto diets, the intermediate fasting, the low carb diets, those are all great for beginners. But I work with busy men who have already been trying to lose weight. They already go to the gym, they already track their food intake, they already know how to eat clean at least, and they just gotten stuck. So if you're following a one-size-fits-all program, if you're following just a fad diet you saw on the internet and it's helped you make the initial progress, that's absolutely great because that's for beginners, right? I work with men who have been stuck for a little bit and they need to know a little bit more about how to track macronutrients, how to track calories. So you need to be able to track your calories, and the app that I use is called MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal in general is an app that you can find on any app store, and it'll help you, it'll help you track your calories, track your macronutrient intake, and be able to know exactly how many macros that you're actually intaking per day. So, the app itself is very easy to use. You can just simply download it and you can add your foods in, you can add the weighted amount, and you can so first thing you need to know about MyFitnessPal in general is that when you are tracking your food, you need to make sure that the food that you're weighing out on the scale, so you need to be, first of all, getting a food scale so you can know how much volume of food, ounces or grams, you are putting into MyFitnessPal. So when you are tracking those foods, you need to make sure that the foods that you weigh in grams or ounces on the scale matches up to the one on MyFitnessPal. I've gotten into the situation before with some of my clients that they weigh the food on the scale cooked and they put it into MyFitnessPal as uncooked, right? So just making sure that those two variables add up is one of the most extremely important parts of actually knowing how many calories that you should be intaking, right? So once you find your actual calorie intake, next thing you know is how many macronutrients should I be eating, right? Where should my starting calories be, right? So once you finally know how to track calories using MyFitnessPal, track your desired amount of food for 2 to 3 days, right? So track your food very consistently for 2 to 3 days so you can find an average caloric intake for your exact person, and then you can kind of anticipate how many calories that you're actually eating per day. So add all of those calories up for that 3-day period and divide it by 3, right? So say that you're eating 2,000 calories for one day, 2,000 calories for second day, 2,000 calories for the third day. Now you add all those up, which should be right around 6,000, and you divide that by 3. So the average would be right around 2,000. So now that you know your actual average intake, what you're intaking per calories, now you can supplement it with actual macronutrients, and you can actually have structure around those calories, right? So to find your actual macronutrients, what you want to do is first of all find your protein goal. So protein goal is super, super important because one, it's a higher thermogenic food. It has a very high thermogenic effect in your body, which means that out of the 3 macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats, protein has a 30% effect of thermic effect of food. Fat has a 3% of thermic effect of food, and carbs has a 10% of thermic effect of food. So a higher protein amount will actually have a catabolic effect on body fat because it has a higher thermic effect in your body, right? So basically every 100 calories that you eat of protein, 30% of that actually gets broken down in the transformation process from actually digesting that food properly, right? So how do I find my protein intake? That's a great question, right? So what you want to do is take your body weight times 1.2 to 1.4 times your body weight. This will give you an average average protein intake that you should be intaking per day. So I would not go over 250 grams per day because 250 would be the absolute cap of what you should be eating, right? So say that you are, X amount of pounds and, you take that 1.2 to 1.4 1.4 times your body weight, ends up at like 275. Just go ahead and bring that down to 250, right? But, 1.2 to 1.4 pounds per body weight should give you a higher catabolic effect on food because it has a higher thermogenic effect, right? So now what do we do for the other 2 calories, right? The other 2 macronutrients, right? So next thing you want to do is actually calculate your fat intake, right? So your fat intake should be about 0.4 times your body weight. This should regulate hormone levels and actually give you a boost in metabolism and help your metabolism in general. Mitigate hormone levels like T3, T4, metabolism, thyroid, and all those absolute hormones that are going to be effective in your body to actually supplement your health and supplement your metabolic health. And then once you take your body weight times 0.4, now you have your protein goal and you have your fat goal. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to backfill the rest with carbohydrates to meet what you're already eating per day. So now that you already know, 1, how many calories you're eating per day, what your macronutrients should be, now you can actually have structure around those macronutrients and you can have structure around those calories, right? So this should give you a pretty good, it should give you a pretty good recomposition of your body. You should be able to feel better, sleep better, perform better, and there you have your starting calories for where they should be at, right? So what should we choose for nutrient dense options for food? So the 2 things you need to realize about food is that in general, there is going to be a higher volume food and a lower volume food. So what you want to do is focus on foods that are higher in volume and lower in calories, right? So if you're somebody who gets very hungry, 1, you need to make sure that you're eating foods that have good volume to them, but very low calories. Like potatoes are a great option. Oats are a great option. They have very high in fiber, and the higher the fiber amount, the better the digestion will be, and the slower the digestion will be because 1, if the body takes longer to digest, you'll feel fuller and you'll feel satiated for longer, right? So another way that you can, 1, mitigate hormone levels and eat whole foods in general is just eating whole foods, right? Eating whole foods instead of going out and, wasting 2,000 calories of your daily intake on a cheeseburger, or some option of food that's not going to be relatively based around what you need to be eating. Eating actually whole foods will, 1, help with your health, help with your hormone levels, help with everything in general, and it's higher in volume and lower in calories. So switching to actually whole food, nutrient dense options is going to be a very beneficial for, 1, keeping the calorie intake low, keeping the volume high, making yourself feel full, and overall making yourself feel satiated with your full days of eating, right? So sticking to foods that are very high in volume and low in calories, right? So the next thing you want to do to make sure that you're putting yourself in a actual caloric deficit is exercise regularly, right? Exercise regularly. Exercise 3 to 5 times a week. Make sure that you're getting enough output, you're burning enough calories, and you're getting a good enough sweat in. So having a good routine 4 to 5 days a week will help with, 1, building muscle, burning body fat, and help with overall putting yourself in a caloric deficit that you desire, right? So the next is use portion control, right? Like use smaller plates, smaller forks. So using like a smaller plate and a smaller fork will trick your mind into thinking that you're actually eating more food because as men, we're designed to, 1, eat whatever on our plate, right? So putting your food on a smaller plate will actually trick your mind in thinking that you're eating more just because you're finishing the plate, and using like a small spoon or small fork will actually mitigate you from actually, taking big bites instead of taking just smaller bites with the smaller fork. It's something that I've used forever, and it's a very good option to use, right? So next thing is drink a bunch of water. You should be drinking at least 1 to 1.5 gallons per water per day. It's going to help with good electrolyte imbalances, good hydration, good energy, and it's going to help you curb your hunger because you're going to still stay hydrated and full. So making sure that you're drinking 1.2 to 1.5 times 1 to 1.5 gallons of water a day will help with all of those mitigation of hormone levels, increase in energy, and overall increase in hydration and electrolyte imbalances, right? So those are the secrets that I have used that have successfully helped me lose a combined 50 pounds in just the last 6 months, and also have helped my clients in your exact position who have been stuck trying low-carb keto options, intermediate fasting options, and have seen no progress in the last 6 months, right? So if you're somebody who has been stuck for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 2 years in this exact position, the one thing you need to realize is that, those low carb keto options, intermediate, those are great for beginners, but you're a little bit more advanced than that now, right? You've been trying that. You need to want something that's going to actually be tailored to you and something that's actually going to be more beneficial to what you need rather than a one-size-fits-all program, right? If you want to take the next step in your physique and to take the next step in your health, you need something that's a little bit more tailored to you. If you're following something that the majority is doing and what beginners are doing, then one, you shouldn't be expecting an outside of, majority result, right? So you need to be getting on a program, a structured program that's actually going to be tailored to you to help increase your calories, help guide your calories through, track your macronutrients, and tell you exactly what you need to do to reach an X result, right? So following a one-size-fits-all program that you followed for the last 5 years every summer, that you're ready to get ready for summer, so you drop your calories super low, you start adding a bunch of cardio, and you get stuck, and then midway through the summer, you're starving, you're hungry, you feel like crap, and then you just gain it right back off after summer. It's pretty unrealistic to think that, you're going to keep following that same program and see different results. You need something that's a little bit more tailored to you and something that's going to be a little bit more tailored to your goals in general, right? So, following that one-size-fits-all program is great for the beginners, right? The people that are just getting into the gym, they don't have any structure, they don't have any idea what they're doing, but you're a little bit more advanced than that. You've been doing that already, right? It's time to take a step up. It's time to get that next step to your dream body. You need the actual structure. You need the actual customization that you need to make it to the next level, right? You can't keep doing the same thing, following the same majority programs that the other guys are doing, because you're going to find the exact same majority result every time you try. You need something that's a little bit more tailored to you, a little bit more tailored to your body, and a little bit more tailored to your goals in general, right? So now that you know what basically, how to track your calories, what macronutrients you should be eating, how to keep yourself full, how to keep yourself satiated, how to mitigate your hormone levels through proper nutrition, isn't that fantastic? Think about what your body could be like in the next 6 months if you got into a program that actually is tailored to what you need and actually tailored to what your dream body is consisting of, right? And actually tailored to your goal. What would that look like for you? What would it look like for you to take your shirt off at the beach, take your shirt off at the pool, have shredded abs, just feel confident as ever? What would that be able to do for your life, right? And so, if you keep going through the same things over and over and following the same one-size-fits-all program over and over, you're going to see the same results. It's just, it's a fact, right? So, finding that program that's going to work for you, that program that's going to guide you along, and that program that's going to be beneficial to your goals is super, super important for you because every moment that you don't, that's another moment wasted that you're not making progress to your dream body. So now that you know how to track your calories, you know what macronutrients you should be eating, what foods you should be eating to keep yourself full and satiated for longer, and the water amount to keep yourself full for longer. And also you know that you shouldn't be following a one-size-fits-all program if you want to have an outside of majority body. What I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to show you a real quick insider information what my backend modules look like for all of my clients. So all of my clients get access to all these backend modules about training and nutrition to teach them the skills that they need to learn to sustain for the rest of their life. All of this is allocated to my clients to see their absolute utmost success. So within the program, we will go into, the onboarding process and kind of how to use my app itself, how to use MyFitnessPal, my MyFitnessPal walkthrough, a food scale tutorial on how to use a food scale in general, how to track macronutrients and then hit your macronutrients within 1 to 3 grams, what should you eat, protein, carbs, and fats, which goes through a list of what foods you should be eating on a day-to-day basis, what your grocery list should be like, and also protein, carbs, and fat sources that are listed for you so you know with absolute clarity that you know exactly what you should be eating. And then we also have a worksheet so you can create your own grocery list. Along with that, I have a flexible dieting tutorial which shows a little bit more about how flexible dieting works and how when you learn tracking macronutrients that you can have flexibility within your diet and you don't have to eat the same food group every single day. A lot of people are in the misconception that you need to be eating a certain amount of food, a certain specific food every single day to see results, and that's simply just not true. You need to learn what flexible dieting is and how to utilize macronutrients so you can fit foods into your diet like guilty options or guilty pleasures, like that snack that you can fit in your diet, and you can do that when you learn how to track macronutrients and learn what flexible dieting is. You don't have to restrict yourself to chicken and rice, beef and potatoes all year long to see results. You have to understand what flexible dieting is and what tracking macronutrients means. So with that, flexible dieting comes into play as well. So you can go out to eat with your wife, go out to eat with your children, go out to eat with your girlfriend, go out to eat with some loved ones, and stay on plan. In this flexible dieting video, it'll teach you exactly what you need to do and how to go out for a night of eating, so you can hit your macronutrients, stay within your calories, and still make progress while having a flexible lifestyle and while enjoying those outside extracurricular activities as well. So I also have a section on what you should do if you're hungry after meals or late at night, like going through like step by step, like what we should do if we're feeling hungry, if we're feeling cravings, having a sweet tooth, and this will kind of walk you through that as well. So with that, I have an advanced nutrition module that goes over nutrition planning for drinking alcohol. Within the program, obviously we mitigate this, but certain situations come up with like birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmases, holidays, and stuff like that, where you're going to be drinking. We just want to make sure that, one, we're going into that night of drinking with some good nutritional knowledge, and so we know how to navigate that without waking up the next day and feeling terrible and feeling like we overate. Right? So this will teach you, one, how to navigate your full day of eating when you know you're going out to drink. I have a pre and post workout nutrition module, which goes through exactly what you should be eating pre and post nutrition of your workout. I have a poor digestion module, which kind of breaks down the digestion process and what we should be doing if we're having poor digestion. I have a mindset module, which goes over discipline over motivation, being an action taker, how to build confidence, the importance of your environment, setting high expectations, high-performing time management, the above-average mindset, crushing self-limiting beliefs, developing your time management with your busy 9-to-5 daily life, and then some tools and assets that go along with the program as well, right? So with that being said, I'd like to kind of run down of my personal program and all the modules that are associated with my personal program to give you guys the actual skills that you need to create a sustainable change, the knowledge that you can teach to your children and to teach your wife and teach your loved ones so they can have nutritional knowledge as well. And so that you have absolute clarity that you're learning the exact things and the exact tools about nutrition to live a healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life, right? So with that being said, like I said, if you don't know much about me or you want to learn a little bit more about my program, there's going to be a pinned video on my YouTube channel which is going to go over everything in detail on who I am, what my program is capable of, what my program is capable of giving its clients, and the exact process of metabolism manipulation called metabolic priming that I use with all my clients, where they're eating more food and they're actually losing weight, right? So if you want to check out that video, go ahead, go to my YouTube channel, and it'll show you step by step, exactly how I do what I do. But for now, if you are interested in joining the program and interested in signing up for a one-to-one call with me, I would love to have you. I would love to change your life. The link will be down below, and I'll see you on the call.